Another thing I want to touch on concerning health is salt. Now, sometimes people got the misunderstanding of salt because nature expressed salt in two forms. Everything is duality. Now, the salt that will give you high blood pressure is the salt that you get over the counter, your table salt. And that type of salt is an oxide. It's a salt that falls on the acidic side. So when you take it, it increases your blood pressure. It gives you hypertension. But there is a salt that does not give you hypertension. It's an alkaloid salt. It's a sea salt. When you have sea salt drawn out the ocean, and traces of the sea salt comes from, like when I use sea moss and kelp and bladderwort, these come out the ocean and there are traces of sea salt in them. But when you take these particular herbs or seaweeds, you don't get high blood pressure. Why? Because it's an alkaloid salt and it doesn't trigger your blood. It keeps it at a homeostasis, it keeps it at a balance. So if you're gonna deal with salt, deal with either sea salt, well basically sea salt, that would be the best recommendation of salt that I would use. But don't take the oxide form of salt. That will give you hypertension. Same thing with sugar. Let me touch on sugar. Sugar is expressed in two forms again, dealing with duality. You have the oxide form of sugar, then you have the alkaline form of sugar. Now, the sugar that will give you diabetes is the sugar that comes over the counter, your white sugar. And any sugar that comes from that into candy will give you diabetes. It ain't good for you. But the sugar that is good for you is an alkaloid sugar. You can eat watermelon all day and won't get diabetes because it's a healthy sugar. It falls on the alkaline side. So when you're dealing with your food, you have to look at it in duality like that. Is this an alkaloid or is this an acid or is it oxide? Oxide means acid. Acid just means it'll create inflammation. It's a burning. So you want to be clear on that. Another misunderstanding people use for health is vitamins. The term vitamins, your body needs vitamins. You know, that's a misunderstanding. I wouldn't use the term vitamins because if somebody says you're low on energy, you need vitamins, that's misleading. If you're low on energy, your body needs iron. That's it. Simple and plain as that. Iron is what your body needs for energy. So when you're talking about getting energy and it doesn't have traces of iron in that drink, you ain't getting no energy. You ain't getting no energy at all. Gatorade ain't got no energy, it ain't got no iron in it. Gatorade falls on the oxide, it's an acid. So look at all them athletes out there, your LeBron James, you know what I mean? Your Dwayne Wade, look at all them cats out there performing at the level they performing at, eating and drinking oxide foods and acidic drinks and foods. Now imagine if you put them on the alkaline regimen. Imagine you put them on my medicinal herbal tea, how LeBron James would perform, how Dwayne Wade would perform. Why? Because that tea I got iron in it, plant-based iron, and that's what gives you energy. Another thing I want to touch on is we being mineralites. I think we need to really acknowledge and study that because a lot of Israelite brothers and sisters, they sick. You know what I mean? If you're supposed to be a servant of Yahweh, you ain't supposed to be sick. You ain't supposed to be walking around with diabetes, arthritis, gout, shit like that. You know what I mean? It's very disingenuous for you to say you represent the Lord and you want healthy. If you're gonna represent the Creator, you gotta be on top of your health. This is your temple, you gotta be on top of that. You know, energy is a very important thing for your body. Now there's only one mineral that gives you energy, and that's iron. That's it. Iron is the mineral that gives your body energy. No other mineral gives your body more energy than iron. And the way your body is designed, iron carries oxygen. So wherever iron is found, oxygen is going to be carrying, iron is going to be carrying that oxygen atom to wherever it's going, to give that cell, that organ, that bone, oxygen. That's the purpose, one of the purpose of iron in your body is to transport oxygen. Now, they'll tell you Gatorade, drink Gatorade. You need vitamins. Your body needs vitamins. All that is a misunderstanding, and all that will lead you astray, and that'll damn near bring you to your damnation. Because vitamins doesn't tell you if it has iron in it. When you drink Gatorade, look at the athletes. Look at all these athletes performing at these high levels. LeBron James, Dwayne Wade. And they drinking all the wrong shit, but they still performing at that high level. Imagine if they was to change their diet, what more they could perform, how greater their endurance would be. See, the Creator at this point is not concerned with you reading scriptures all day and your dedication to the word. That's not the importance here. What's important is you purifying your body, because at the end of the day, you got to be responsible for yourself. Meaning, you got to know how to treat your body. How you going to sit here and lead a people and don't address health? How you going to go to war and go to battle and y'all unhealthy? It don't work like that. The reason you can't connect with the angels is because you're not pure. They up there waiting on for you. They waiting for you to get pure. They're not gonna come knock you in your head and tell you do this and do that when you got other people around you doing that. You got to get right. In order to serve the Creator, you got to purify your body. Make your body alkaline. Understand the mineral content of things. Why is your hair black? Why does our hair turn and coil into a king? How many of you know why your hair black? Israelite, Muslim, Christian, Kemetic. Got all the knowledge of ancient Kemet, but don't know why your hair black. Got all the knowledge of Torah, but don't know why your hair black. Your hair black is because of carbon. Carbon is a key component to life. Your hair curls and kinks because of iron. Iron is the only mineral that is magnetic. It's the only mineral that expresses vortexian current. That's why your hair turns into a spiral or grows into a spiral, because you have a high concentration of iron in your body. The less concentration you have in your body, the less the spiral. The weaker the gene, the weaker the mineral. Not saying anything bad about anybody, but the reality is, this type of hair is the strongest hair on the planet, hands down. It's because of the mineral content. It's because of the electrons per atom is greater than any other people on the planet. This hair is. The reason Asian people, white people, Indian people, Native Indian people got straight hair is because they have a less amount of electron per atom to their hair. The greater amount of electron per atom to an iron, you're gonna get a stronger, a harder coil, a strong coil. The less is gonna be a loose coil. So that's it. The reason black people think they so special is because we got the best mineral makeup on the planet. And the Creator designed it that way. I ain't taking no shots at nobody. It is what it is. The polar bear ain't no better than the gorilla. They're perfect in their environment that the Creator created them in. We're just speaking on the strength of minerals and the importance of knowing what minerals represent the body. A lot of brothers in the community got arthritis issues. You know why they got arthritis issues? Because they're not eating calcium-based foods. You have arthritis because you have not allowed your bone to get calcium to it. One of the seaweeds in nature that has a high portion of calcium is sea moss, kelp, and bladderwort. A lot of calcium in that. How many brothers eat that or even aware of that? See what I'm saying? The medicinal tea I make is high in that. That's when people take the tea and they got aches and pains, the shit go away quick. And they be like, yo, I don't feel the pain no more. You know why you don't feel that pain no more? It's because the iron is carrying oxygen to the depleted calcium cell, giving that calcium cell oxygen, revitalizing the calcium cell, and now that pain is gone because you have lubrication on the cell. It's like your car door. When you open your car door and it makes that noise, all that shit, it's because it's not lubricated with WD-40. Put some lubrication and the screeching goes away. Your body works the same way. Give your minerals oxygen and they will hydrate themselves and work properly. But if they dehydrate, they're not going to work properly. That goes for every mineral in your body. So you got to learn to eat to live, man, because it's real out here. Y'all talking about 2/3 is burning, man, that 2/3 is gonna be your own body burner within you, because you've been eating too many acidic foods, been drinking too many acidic foods. So 2/3 of your own body is gonna fail on you. That's how it's gonna work. You thinking outside of yourself when the real war is within yourself. Your body right now is going through Armageddon. If you sick and unhealthy, you battling your own body. It's mind against flesh, spirit against flesh. Your spirit telling you you need to cut out them foods, but your flesh is telling you, man, you ain't got enough to eat. Get that burger. See that? That's God and Satan battling each other within your own self. But you want to talk about other people and other nations, but you ain't got the battle. You got the battle going on within yourself, and you ain't won that war yet. If you ain't won the war within, how you gonna win the war without? Get your body right. Maintain your alkalinity. Get your alkalinity game up. You eating too much acidic things, drinking too much acidic things. A lot of sisters have problems growing hair. You got brothers out here got a full set of hair, while some of the sisters trying to grow hair. The reason the sisters having the problems with hair is because their carbon and iron mineral are acidic. It's too acidic. The reason you can't grow hair is because you're not getting oxygen to your follicles in your follicles in your scalp. They dehydrated. They can't grow. Just like a plant. If you don't give water to a plant, it ain't gonna grow. It's gonna stifle. It's gonna stagnate its growth. It's gonna weather. So that's the same thing growing on in your scalp. Your hair is weathering because it's not getting oxygen. How do you get that oxygen? How do you get that water? It's by eating and drinking alkaline foods, iron-based foods, iron-based plants. The tea, the medicinal tea, will make your hair grow, hands down. I done had testimonies of that. You can look at my hair and see that. My hair grows out of controllably. My shit just growing all, it's just growing. Another sign that your blood is good too is when your nails grow quick. If you cutting your nails like every week, that's a good sign that your iron and your calcium is good. These are little things and signs within yourself that you can detect if you're healthy or not. If your nails are dark up in here, you got a problem going on with you. You got an iron deficiency going on with you. And it's affecting your calcium because your nails is calcium based, phosphorus based. So if your nails is dark up in here, that means your iron is off and your calcium is off. You got to correct that by eating calcium foods. Like I said, sea moss got a lot of calcium in it. Kelp got a lot of calcium in it. Got a lot of iron in it. That one seaweed alone could help a lot of your issues. And I got that in the tea heavily. So sometimes when you drink the tea and got them taste kind of salty, it's due to that sea salt coming from the seaweeds in the ocean. And it's an alkaloid, so it won't give you high blood pressure. So being a mineralite is what y'all need to focus on. There is no arguing that. Your body's made of minerals, and we are mineralites. So really and truly, health should be a #1 priority. That should be your #1 study. Getting your body correct, knowing what foods, knowing what herbs, knowing what plants, and get your body right. Because what's entailed in your body is your spirit, and what you eat affects your spirit. Because your spirit got to rest inside this body till you die, and then the spirit is free. But whatever is entailed on that spirit goes with it in the afterlife, meaning pure or impure. That's why the Creator said we have impure realms, which are near the earth, and they have pure realms, which are high above. And man's mortal spirit shall take a place in these different plateaus according to their condition and how they lived on earth. So according to how you lived on earth is how you will end up in these plateaus. So at the end of the day, there's no excuses when you cross over in spirit and find yourself somewhere you may not want to be because you had your time on earth to get it right. You got people all around you telling you, hey man, you should do this, you shouldn't do that. You should do this, you should do that. So you have choices. And we're living to prepare for our death. That's the purpose of life, to prepare for your death. Most people are scared to even talk about death. But the reality is we all die, and there's life after this. Every religion expressed that, whether true or false. See, the false gods got to express it because they got to get people in their heavenly kingdom. So if I'm a false god and I inspire a prophet and tell this prophet, yo, in order to, you know what I mean, to be in my kingdom, you got to do this. And he inspires people to do that. And as those people die in their belief, their spirits to come to my kingdom. That's how it works. Whether you're a false god or whether you're a true god, you still go into somebody's kingdom. Somebody gonna come snatch you up and say, yo, come over here, let me show you what's rocking over here. Or come over here, let me show you what's rocking over here. But you going somewhere. You going somewhere. Believe that. That's how it's arranged. Just like if you go anywhere in this world, you gotta go to somebody's country. You gotta follow somebody's rules.